Back to CBS This Morning. The woman who helped take down alleged cult leader Keith Raniere is speaking publicly for the first time in an interview you'll see only on CBS This Morning. Raniere, the former head of NXVIM, was sentenced to 120 years in prison in October after being convicted on charges that included sex trafficking. Nikki Battiste spoke to the woman who says she was the first person to escape a secret female-only society within NXVIM.
Why have you decided to come forward now publicly, and what is your name?
I finally felt like I was ready, and my name is Jessica Joan.
In Keith Raniere's arrest warrant, she is referred to only as Jane Doe number 2. But now, Jessica Joan is revealing her name, her face, and her truth publicly.
This is part of my healing experience.
Joan, a model and actress from California, was in her late 20s in 2016 when she joined NXVIM. The group was founded in Albany, New York by Keith Raniere and marketed as a self-help organization.
I had a really traumatic childhood. The appeal was that they offered something that they said would help you get rid of all of your limitations.
Shortly after joining, Joan says she was approached by India Oxenberg, the daughter of Dynasty actress Catherine Oxenberg, about joining a female-only secret group within NXVIM called DOS, or The Vow.
India described DOS as a secret, women's-only mentorship program, much like kind of like a secret society. I wanted to surround myself with powerful women that wanted to do great things in the world.
The biggest limitation that women have is that they're women.
But DOS turned out to be something sinister, with Raniere and Smallville actress Allison Mack allegedly at the top. The women had to give over collateral, like compromising photos and videos, in order to join. Members were then organized in levels as masters and slaves.
What were some of the red flags that you started to see?
The calorie restriction assignment.
That you were eating 500 calories a day?
So it got to that point where I had to, yes.
Some women in DOS say they were branded with Raniere and Mack's initials, and other former members say they were also coerced into having sexual relations with Raniere. One of them is India Oxenberg, who told us recently she now believes Raniere was a pedophile and predator.
What I believe DOS really was a grooming and filtering system for Keith and for his personal desires.
Joan had the same realization when she says she was given a so-called special assignment from Allison Mack.
The assignment would be to seduce Keith and have him take a naked picture of me.
What was your reaction?
The whole room started spinning. Everything just started crumbling. For me, it was literally my worst nightmare come to life, that I ended up joining a cult and that the leader behind it wanted to sleep with me.
Joan began plotting her escape, but before she did, she says she collected evidence and eventually met with the FBI.
How I feel about Keith and Allison now is I see the evil and I see the sinister that lives inside of them, but I also see all of that coming to an end.
Last year, Raniere was convicted on 7 charges, including sex trafficking and racketeering, an offense which included the production and possession of child pornography. He was sentenced to 120 years in prison.
He got exactly what he deserves.
Allison Mack is awaiting sentencing. What do you think she deserves?
I feel like Allison deserves the maximum sentence so she can spend time thinking about her actions and all of the havoc and destruction that she's caused for myself and many other people.
Now Joan's testimony is credited with helping put Raniere behind bars, likely for the rest of his life.
I will always stand up for what's right, and no one can ever take my power away.
India Oxenberg's team declined to comment. Allison Mack pleaded guilty to racketeering, but she has no sentencing date yet. Keith Raniere maintains his innocence. Prosecutor Moira Penza told us Joan's testimony reflects her tremendous bravery. Joan recently started a podcast called The Untouchable Jessica Joan. Gail?
It does reflect her bravery. Thank you very much, Nikki. I'm glad she's speaking out.
Yeah.
I'm glad she's speaking out.
For sure.